Well, hello there, powerful manifestors. It's Victoria Gallagher here, #1 best-selling author of Practical Law of Attraction and the founder of the Believe app and the Powerful Manifestor Mastermind. And I want to talk to you today about the power of silence when it comes to manifestation. So this morning, we're in the middle of our 21-day manifesting challenge within the Powerful Manifestor Mastermind community. And we are on day 10. And today we're talking about the power of mastering our thoughts. And so one of the exercises that I talked about in there, because here's the thing, I mean, we think 60 to 70,000 thoughts per day. And unfortunately, about 95% of those thoughts are automatic. They're thoughts that the same thoughts you thought yesterday, the day before that, years before that. And unfortunately, about 80% of those automatic thoughts happen to be negative. So then is it any wonder why it is hard sometimes for people to manifest their goals and their dreams and more money, better love life, more peace, because you have all these thoughts running through your mind that you're not even aware are running the show. And it's really not fair. It's not your fault. You were just, this is how you're designed. It designed that way to make life easier. Like it's ultimately so that something that you're learning how to do, like when you learned how to tie your shoes, I had to think about it for a little while when you very first learned how to do that, but then it just became automatic. And so it just all of these thoughts that become automatic, they become that way really to make you a more efficient person. Now, unfortunately, most of the thoughts that we got programmed with were from a very, very early age. By the time you were roughly 6 years old, already about 80% of your mindset was already in place. Already who you are, who you're going to be in this world, already determined by the time you're 6 years old. And that is because most of your mind is wide open before you're 6 years old. You don't actually develop the ability to use any kind of critical thinking whatsoever. So any conversations that you ever heard from your family, from school, from friends, from, just people all around you, they were just dumping stuff into your brain, even if they were joking, even if they were saying it in a heated moment, even if they didn't mean it, even if, these thoughts were just passed down to them, and that is just how it got passed down to you. So, getting back to manifestation and your thoughts, it's really important, obviously, for you to manifest things because thoughts become things. How do thoughts become things? You think a thought, that thought ultimately becomes your feeling, and your feeling ultimately turns into what you're going to act upon. You're going to act based upon how you feel, and those actions are what are ultimately going to lead to your results. And then, of course, you have the beliefs, and the beliefs are really thoughts that you just continue to think over and over again. Now, all the thoughts that you have going on automatic pilot, those are just reinforcing and showing you a reality that exists within your own imagination. If you were able to change the imagination, change the beliefs, change the thoughts, that is how you would change your external reality. But most people are just kind of going along status quo and just believing every thought they think and acting upon it and just doing so on automatic pilot. So today, in order to really bring some awareness to those thoughts, we did a practice where we just got silent for 1 minute, just 1 minute of silence. And I asked the group just to think about nothing. Now, some people actually took that literally and they thought like the word nothing. And sometimes, we can be the subconscious mind is very literal. So just clear your mind for 1 minute, 1 minute of silence. We're not going to do it right now, but I'm going to give you that as like a homework assignment. And I'm going to ask you actually to go ahead and to do this. Go ahead and download the Believe Hypnosis app. It's a completely free app. And inside of that, one of the free tools that everyone gets access to is the meditation timer. And this will allow you to meditate in silence with a bell that goes off to start the meditation. It gives you like 5 second countdown. And then a bell that goes off. No, there's no 5 second countdown. I take that back. A bell that goes off to start the timer and a bell that goes off to end the timer. So what you do is you just close your eyes for the length of time that you set it up for. You could set it up for a minute, you could set it up for 5 minutes, you could set it up for 15 minutes, however long you want to meditate for. And the key, the exercise is simply to clear your mind. Now, most people when they try to clear their mind, they find that it's impossible, and it is pretty much it's impossible. So what I want you to do instead of like really clear your mind is just almost, like just focus on your breathing, but then as you're focusing on your breathing, notice, observe. Don't try to change your thoughts while you're doing this. I just want you to hear the thoughts that are going on in your mind, and you might be surprised. You might be surprised. And when you do this, go ahead and keep a journal close by and jot down what you experienced. What were the thoughts? What were the quality of the thoughts? How many thoughts did you have? And you might possibly notice that many of those thoughts were negative. So the point of doing that is so that you can't change what you are unaware of. So the point is really to become aware of what you are thinking. And when you become aware of it, then you're able to change it. So if you're willing to do this exercise, I want you just to leave a comment and let me know. Yes, I am willing to just say something along the lines of willing to do the exercise. And, I would love to actually have you come back after you've done the exercise and let me know, how did it go? What kind of thoughts did you notice? How long did you do it for? Did you do it with the Believe app and did you enjoy that? Because that was one of the things that it was like a must have in that app. And by the way, there's actually about 100 free sessions. I don't know if you're aware of that. It's about 100 free sessions inside the app. Inside the app, there's over 1,000 sessions, but 100 of them are totally free. And there's some amazing short ones, long ones, all the ones that you could possibly need. But then, of course, you're going to find some that are, just very tempting, and you're going to want those as well. But all that to say, try the 1 minute or 5 minutes of silence today. Jot down what the thoughts are. Now, the next step of that process is clearly that why are we doing this? Why do we want to know what our thoughts are? Well, the more that we can, because you're not going to be able to possibly change all 60,000 thoughts in a day or even be aware of them, because like I said, most of them are underneath the surface, and most of those that are underneath the surface are negative. But if you can start to catch a few of them, okay, you will begin to change the patterns inside your mind, because your thoughts, one thought will lead to another thought. So if you're able to change one thought, catch that one thought before it starts spiraling into many other negative thoughts, you're going to actually make a positive change in your brain. And the more you do that, the more that actually becomes a habit in and of itself. The more you stop the pattern, and they call this a pattern interrupt. So as soon as you start to notice that, oh, I'm starting to worry again, I'm starting to feel fearful, I'm starting to have anxiety, I'm starting to think about all the things that I don't want. When you start to notice yourself going down that path and thinking about the things that you want to have kind of like a go-to positive thought that you can always go to. Like, everything always works out for me. Everything's going to be okay. I am in control of my thinking. I'm choosing to think this instead. Whatever it is, just think a new positive thought as soon as you hear the old thought. And that is how you're going to start to literally rewire your brain. So type in the comment rewire if you're up for that challenge. Go ahead and type in the comment rewire if you are ready to rewire your brain. And then come back and let us know, what are some of the positive thoughts that you're choosing to replace that with? I'd love to hear in the comments. What is one positive thought that you can replace some of the negative thoughts with? And as you do that, again, more and more often, you're going to start to learn to catch yourself. As you learn to catch yourself, you're going to start to rewire your brain by starting to have these new thoughts again, more automatically. So that is how you begin to change your life, essentially, because it begins by changing your thoughts. But how can you change your thoughts if you're not even in touch with what they are? So do that today. Use the meditation timer to listen to your own thoughts, finding out what they are. And then as you become more and more aware of and in tune with that, use this daily. Go into silent meditation once a day and start to notice the patterns. Are the thoughts beginning to change? And they will change over time the more you do this. So once again, today is all about mastering your thoughts so that you can master law of attraction and manifestation. This is why, when a lot of people, they don't believe in it, or they've tried, well, they have not actually used all 8 manifesting conditions. They might be using 1 or 2, but when all of the 8 manifesting conditions are working together in harmony, in alignment, manifestation is automatic. It's automatic. It will work as long as you are in alignment with all 8 manifesting conditions. And that's one of the things that we do in my Powerful Manifestor Mastermind. So I'd love for you to check that out by just simply going to Powerful Manifestor SKOOL.com. That's my School community. I don't know if you've heard of School, but it's an amazing platform where creators can create their own communities. I've created mine. Mine is all about manifestation, and it is all about, empowering you to use the manifesting conditions to make your life better. If you want your life to work better, join my community, Powerful Manifestor Mastermind, and I'll put the link below. Download my Believe Hypnosis app so that you can get access to the silent meditation timer, as well as many other hypnosis sessions that are in there. And once again, I'm Victoria Gallagher, wishing you an amazing day. You are a powerful manifester, and maybe you know that, and maybe you don't know that yet, but you truly are a powerful manifester. It's just now a matter of manifesting what you want rather than what you don't want. Have an amazing day. Happy manifesting. Bye for now. See you in the next video.